Now, with gold performing so well at this moment and offering security in the time of economic turbulence, it can be a wise investment right now, just as much as it was in the time of Moses and Jesus. That's why I wanted to bring a specialist on this week. His name is Marc Lubaszka. Marc is the CEO and founder of World Financial Daily and Aurum Advisors. He's dedicated his professional career to helping people understand the complexities of the precious metals market and then aiding them in utilizing that knowledge. His expertise allows him to place a historic commodity in the context of current and future financial trends. Now, his philosophy is pretty simple. Gold and other precious metals should be available to everyone, regardless of their level of wealth, their social status, or investment history. Marc has founded 2 companies that speak to the varying needs of his clients, Aurum Advisors and Gold Made Easy. Now, Marc is highly regarded in the precious metals industry. He's been interviewed on CNBC and many nationally syndicated radio shows. Additionally, he's frequently cited on CBS Market Watch, Forbes.com, and Yahoo News. He also appears regularly at investment seminars all across the country. So with no further ado, let's get Marc on the line and learn why everyone should have a portion of gold in their portfolio. Welcome to the Jay Peroni Show, Marc.
Thanks for having me, Jay.
Well, I wanted to bring you on this week just to talk a lot about gold. I know more and more people in the news are talking about gold, and the Bible talks a lot about gold when it refers to riches and long-term value. Now, do you think this reference still holds true today? Is gold a good long-term value?
Well, after all these years, Jay, gold is still the best way an individual can preserve what they have. There isn't another asset out there that can do for you what gold can do for you. Never before in the history of our country has gold been more needed. So I would suggest to your listeners that they get some gold in their portfolio if they're currently only holding the majority of their worth in paper, U.S. dollar-backed assets like stocks, bonds, CDs, and annuities.
Yeah. I know more and more people are talking about it, and I think a lot of people are even kind of worried that we're in the end times with this financial collapse. Do you think gold will protect our listeners from the end times?
Well, I certainly believe that it will not protect anyone from the end times. The only thing that will protect us from the end times would be doing right by others, I believe. The golden rule, it's something I've always favored, but maybe it's just because I've been selling gold for so long. I don't know. But on a serious note, the most important thing investors can do right now is do right by their fellow man. I think had we done more of that, we probably wouldn't be in the predicament we are currently in as a country. I really believe it all starts with the individual. It works its way out to the town and then the country and finally the world. And if God were to come down right now and ask each and every one of us if we've been doing the best we can, what would our answer be? That's the real question, Joe. We could have all the money in the world, but I feel in my heart that it is really how we treat our neighbors that will ultimately determine our fate.
Yeah, so true. And, that's what I do and why I do it is just to really help people become better stewards in the eyes of God. And, how does gold help someone as an individual become a better steward in the eyes of God?
Oh, that's a tough question. I think gold will help you become a better steward, sure. Incorporating it into your investment portfolio couldn't hurt at this point. Our banks are failing or getting bailed out, which is probably worse long term, unless you're in gold. Our entire financial system is on the verge of collapse, and you have everyone in Washington just trying to scratch their own head, and it seems like that is even difficult for some to figure out. They don't even know how to scratch their own head. So what used to be instinct is now a problem, and what used to be easy is now difficult. So the question really becomes, how are we going to navigate our way through this? What are we going to be able to, or really how are we going to be able to get through this field of landmines successfully as individuals and still maintain our integrity with ourselves and more importantly with God? So gold is one of the ways. Gold has endured for thousands of years. It is referenced over 435 times in the Bible. Last night I read the Bible cover to cover and had some difficulty finding a reference to mutual funds or a passage about stocks. So what I'm really saying, is it's important to protect yourself and your family from what we are experiencing now, and you have to do it now.